In this video we're going to look at 4 betting staking plans. You may be familiar already with betting a percentage of your betting bank, but you can also aim to win a profit target by betting a percentage of a profit target, or you can add a percentage profit to a bank, or you can trade at level stakes, of course. Now, if you have a selection process, if you're following a staking plan, you may not be using the one that pays best, or you may not be using one that the least risky if you hit a loser. So we'll have a look at these 4 staking plans, and you can maybe decide which one would be best for you. Now, each spreadsheet has a graph to show the progress of your bets, and you can change the bet or the bank or the profit target in your spreadsheet at any time, and it will retain the results that you've got up to that point. So you can increase things or decrease things anytime you like. So if you have some results already, or you want to test something, you can put them into the spreadsheets and see which spreadsheet would be best for you. Now, you may decide to that you want something that pays more profit on your winners, or if you want to play it a bit safer, something that loses a little bit less when you hit a loser and maybe recovers quicker from the loss. Now, something that you may not have considered is the effect of commission. If you're only making a 5% profit, for instance, by the time you're taking commission off, you could be losing out in some way. So 5% commission may make your profits a bit slow, but if you increase your percentage that you're aiming for, you may do a little bit better with your betting. So we'll have a look at that, increasing the percentages. Now, also, if you're increasing your percentages, maybe you put them up to 30 or 40% or something, you may get worried that your stakes are too big. Now, the way to get around that is simply to reduce the size of your bank that you're using, or reduce your profit target, and then your initial stakes will be much less. So we'll have a look at that shortly. Okay, we'll look at the inputs of the spreadsheets first. Right, here we are in one of the spreadsheets. This one is for betting a percentage of your betting bank. All the layouts of these 4 spreadsheets are very similar. Enter your commission at the top there. Input your date, the detail of your horse or your football team. Input your bet odds. And as you enter your bet odds, you'll get a bet stake there to put in Betfair, and that will tell you how much it wins if it wins, so you can check when you enter your bet that you've got your amount right in Betfair. If it wins, enter a 1 in the win or lose column. If it loses, enter a 0. Whatever the result is, the profit or loss will be shown in that column there. So if you hit a winner, you get a profit. If you hit a loser, put a 0 in and it shows a loss. Now, whatever's happening in your profit or loss column there is added together for your total profit and loss in this column here. And this is your bank here, so you would set your bank there, and that is the percentage of our bank that we would be staking. So if you're staking 10% of a £200 bank, you would be placing a bet of £20. Now, you can alter this further down if you want. Enter anything you like in there. You may up that to 20%, for instance, and doing that simply increases the bet stakes that follow after that point. And you can also change it back down as well if you want later on. Set it to anything you like. And while you're doing that, all these results that you've already input up here are retained above your alteration down there. Now, whatever's happening in your profit and loss column is shown on a graph along here. You can see the effect of your trades there. So that's basically how each sheet works. Those are the inputs. Okay, now we'll have a look at what each one does in relation to the others. Now, I've set each of the sheets up to win £20 or near enough on this first bet, so that we can get a decent comparison of the profits. Right, we'll now have a look at which sheet pays best if we hit a nice series of winners. There's just one loser in there. I've got these same results in here in each of the sheets. This is the better percentage of a bank sheet, and this one pays the best. You can see it's got, for these particular results, it's got a profit of £266.52 for those few winners. So that's a percentage of your bank. If you look at adding a percentage to our bank every time, that one makes £154.49. And if we're aiming for a profit target, that's that one, it makes £94.52, which doesn't look quite as impressive. And at level stakes, that's this one, you can see it pays £132, or near enough. If we get a nice set of results, the betting a percentage of our bank pays best. Now, I would guess that unless we were maybe trading in the place market of horse races or something like that, we'd be very lucky to get a series of wins like that. So let's put a couple of losers in there and see what effect that has. Now, the main thing, one of the things that worries most of us is how far into the red we go. And if you're betting a percentage of your bank, with those two losers there, this one goes into the red almost up to £35. So we'll have a look at the other sheets now and see what happens to those. Now here we are in the one where we'd bet to add a target percentage to our bank, and you can see this one has only gone £9.33 into the red. And if you're aiming for a profit target, it's only gone 6 into the red. Now that is because as you're hitting winners, your profit target reduces, so your stake is smaller on the next run if you've just hit a winner. So this one has actually lost less each time. Lost less there, but that loss is added on then, so that one is slightly bigger. So if you had a series of losers, your stakes would actually be increasing in using this method. But if you've only hit one or two losers, this method works out quite a safe method of betting. So we can see from that although the percent of our bank pays best originally, it might be a little bit more dangerous when you're hitting losers. A safer method would be to bet to try and win a profit target, and that would give far less liabilities on just one or two losers. Now in the examples so far, we've been looking at stakes starting at £20 and probably going upwards from there. So if you don't fancy such big stakes, if your stakes look too big, you can reduce those by adjusting the bank and maybe the percentage that we're betting at. So we'll just have a look at how we can adjust that and get some smaller stakes and maybe improve profits while we're doing that. So we'll just go into the sheet now. Here we are in the better percentage of a bank sheet, and you can see we've got our bank set now at £200, and we're betting 10% of whatever our bank is at the time. Now that gives us a bet stake of 20. Now we can reduce that right down to the £2 minimum if we want, or anything we like. So if you just alter that to 1%, and we can 1% of 200 is a £2 bet stake. Now that same series of results would give us a profit of £15.64, but if we mess about with the size of the bank and the percentage, we could increase these stakes a little bit if we hit winners and get a little bit more profit out of it at the end. So we might set that bank to 20, and we might stake 10% of that instead. And now we've got exactly the same starting stake, and if we get into profit, we're playing up our winnings, but by adjusting those two, we can come out with £20 instead of 15, which it was before. If I just put that back, now it was £15.64, but once we alter those two, it becomes £20.30 after tax, after commission. Okay, so that's one way of improving profits a little bit, simply by adjusting the bank and the percentage that you're using. Now this time we're looking at the bet to win a percentage of a profit target, and again I've got a £200 profit target, and we're betting 10% of that to win 10% of that. So if that first one wins, we win £20, which is 10% of our 200. Now if we don't fancy that big stake of £26.32, the best way to deal with this one is to change the percentage. So if you put 1% in there, and we finish up with a stake of 263 instead, and if for this set of results here we finish up with a profit of 1182. Now this time if we alter our target to 20 and set our percentage to 10, our profit is less this time. Look, 947 instead of what we had before, which was 1152. So because this the banking for this staking method works the opposite way around to the percentage of a bank, it's best to adjust the percentage right down and put this target winnings right up, and that improves profits a little bit at the end of a decent series of results. So to get the best out of these 4 staking plans, it would be best to compare all 4 and see which works best for you for your particular series of results. Okay.